Hi, I'm Amy Mitchell, Director of Faith International English Classes, also called FIEC.
And I'm Anna Hannum, the administrator here at FIEC. I got my start in this program doing childcare and then prepping crafts for kids, writing some curriculum for the children, and just being involved in that end of the ministry and having a lot of fun playing and doing games and book reading and all kinds of stuff with kids from around the world. We often have 50 or more kids here on a given night learning English along with their parents, and we found it to be a really important part of the ministry.
Adding a children's program to your English ministry adds a lot of complexity, a lot more things to think about, but it's really important because otherwise many young moms don't have access to English programs if there's not one with childcare. It adds benefit to the kids as well because some of them don't have access to preschool. So you can give them scissors and give them paint and get them working on those fine motor skills before they hit kindergarten. And the best bit is that if you make your children's program just tons of fun and a place kids love to be, the kids drag their parents to English. So on a dark night, the parents worked all day, they don't want to come learn English, but that kid has her boots on and she's ready to go, so they come anyway.
Yeah, it's just been a really great way for whole families to come and do something together and participate in English classes. Because we have something for the kids, it allows the whole family to come together.
Mm-hmm. If you've watched our other videos, we talk about how we teach well and we love well in the adult side of our program, and we apply that to the kids area as well. It's really big to love well with these kids. They're walking at least 2, if not more, cultures, and you don't know what they're facing during the day. You don't know what school is like. You don't know what kind of pressure is on them at home, what kind of worries. So we work really hard to make it a place where children are accepted, where no one is teased or picked on, where we learn their names, and no matter where you come from, we welcome you with arms open wide. You know, Imago Dei applies to kids too. They're just smaller humans.
That's not to say that it's always going to be easy. This can be really hard. A lot of times the small ones have never been away from mama before, and we look different than the people in their family, and they've never been in this building before, and it can be a really hard separation. There can be a lot of tears and a lot of struggle, but have a lot of grace, have a lot of patience, and just hang in there because it's going to be worth it in the end. After a few weeks, kids get used to coming, and if you just love on them, they want to be here.
We always win them over in the end. One of the biggest things in doing a children's program is you want to follow all of your local regulations, any regulations in your organization or your church. So if you have a children's director at your church, work with that person to make sure that you have one set of rules, that the volunteers follow one set of procedures so that anyone who goes to work in that area knows what's going on, knows the rhythms, they're more likely to be followed that way.
For example, at our church we have what's called the 2 adult rule. No kid is ever alone with an adult. There's always 2 teachers or more in a classroom, and that way we know that everybody is safe all the time. And that takes a lot of extra people. So one of the ways that we get some more people involved is to get our teenagers involved. Some of the teenagers from our church volunteer their time for service hours, for scholarship programs, for programs through their school, and some of them we pay. We also have teens that come from our English language learning families who either they've come up in the program or they've just come to the program as teenagers, and they come and watch the little ones and bring in some bilingual language help and understanding of what the kids are going through, and are really great child care workers. And we've even had some of those kids go on to study teaching English as a second language for their college degrees. They just fall in love with doing this, and this gives them a road to see if that's what they want to do as a career, and some of them have gone on to do that.
So, and on the Teach Well side, in our program we use a curriculum based on cognates. So instead of A being for apple, A is for alpaca or astronaut, because it has more similarity to those words in other languages. But you don't have to have a curriculum to have a children's program. We do a lot of free play. We do crafts. The biggest thing that we think is important is for kids to be exposed to great stories and beautiful books. So every week each class is supplied with storybooks that the teacher reads to them. So they have a good experience with books and stories that are fun.
We also try and do some special activities throughout the year with the kids. Mostly at Christmas, we get maybe our children's choir director or somebody who likes to sing comes in and we'll teach the kids a Christmas song. And when we have our big Christmas celebration, then the kids get up on stage and they sing their song for their parents. Sometimes they dress up in costume for that, and just to have a really great fun experience that they might not get to have at like a regular school. And then we just try and shower extra love on them at that Christmas party. Sometimes we've had St. Nicholas come. Sometimes the kids try and take him down because they know he's got candy. And we've brought in policemen and firemen to do fun stuff with the kids and to teach them something at the same time. And just things like that bring those community people in and give the kids some experiences that they might not have in a regular classroom, that are fun and they're educational, but the kids don't realize that they're learning stuff, even though they are.
So a children's program is a lot more work, but it's also that much more worth it. We've had students who came to visit our church service, and when all of the other little kids are crying being dropped off at the nursery, their kids walk right on in. They're like, I know what it's like here. Get me to those fun toys, and it allows your church to open their arms wide, to invite your students' children to Awana programs or to summer activities that the children's group is doing. So it's just another place to build beautiful relationships.
So if you would like more information about how to start a children's program to go along with your English language ministry, and you have more questions, feel free to contact us. We'll put our contact link in the information below, and we'd love to chat with you and answer any other questions that you might have. Ciao!